Hello and welcome to the 29th edition of the Meyer Memos. Today is April 6, 2018. We have no staff meeting this week. In its place, we're going to have a master schedule work group meeting. It's Tuesday, April 10th at 8:05 in the conference room. We have an ISST meeting on Wednesday, April 11th at 8:05 in the conference room. We have a tornado drill taking place Thursday, April 12th at 1:45. We're going to do this in conjunction with the city of Bloomington. We have a grade 1's music program will take place Thursday, April 12th at 2:30. We have a building leadership team meeting Friday, April 13th at 8 o'clock in the conference room. We have a student council meeting on Friday, April 6th at 2:30 in the media center. The reason I canceled today's and moved it to next week is I found out on Thursday when our food drive, Veep Food Drive, is taking place, and that's taking place coming up here on the week of April 23rd. So I needed to reschedule this so that we can prepare and get things ready to create posters and whatnot for our food drive. Grade level meetings. Please remember to set up a meeting during prep through Lori. We're going to discuss Unit 3 of ELA and bring your laptops. Behavior. Today was a pretty rough day. We've been noticing recently that a larger number of students have been pushing and shoving and talking and saying things that they shouldn't be saying and just making poor choices. So I'm asking that classroom teachers please review expectations, as well as please talk about kindness during morning meetings and how we can do things for each other. I think this is something that's really important. I think it's been tough because of this cold weather, but at the same time, these kids are making some poor choices and we need to help them and as best we can. So please take these actions and take these actions in your classrooms. The early education design feedback session is going to take place this coming week. This is a note from Rachel Jens, she gave this to the DIT. Bloomington Place was seeking feedback for our early childhood through elementary school system. We want to prepare students to reach their highest potential and to meet the needs of the parents and families. And they were, again, considering options to improve early education and preschool experience. And because we want to try to improve alignment and transitions between levels and grades. So this is a session to talk about how we can get preschool set up in a good way that will bode well for students entering into kindergarten. So they'd like to ask people to join them for an input session. I've talked about this in my previous Meyer Memo before the break. And there's going to be a presentation followed by a small group feedback. It's going to be Wednesday, April 11th at 4:20 to 5:20 at Oak Grove Middle School Media Center. This is something if, especially the kindergarten teachers or anyone that's interested, this may be something that we would really benefit with your feedback. PLC meetings. Please schedule time with Carrie Young and or Beth Stenline to discuss this year's classroom discourse work. We'd like grade levels to see what kind of support they would need in the future, as well as provide feedback on how it went this year. Please email both of them to set up a time and copy myself on that email. We have that master schedule planning is taking place this week. The work group, here are the recommendations. 90 minutes for reading, 30 minutes for writing, math 75 to 90 minutes, specialist 50-55, lunch recess 35 to 40, science, social studies, and health 40 minutes, and then the flex time morning meeting, additional recess, transitions, and win 35 to 60 minutes. Now, when I was talking to Rachel in front of all the principals and we discussed this 90 minutes can be broken up, and it was recommended by Rachel that we at least have a 45-minute of uninterrupted time for guided reading. So we can split that up. We can have a morning recess. We can plan that in for our scheduling. but just know that we need to have a solid block of 45 minutes at least for guided reading, and it doesn't need to be of 90-minute uninterrupted. The Sheridan story. Remember, this entails feeding students over the weekend. We are going to continue again next year. They asked if we were going to, and I said we were. And I'd like to thank Deborah for being the lead here at Olson, and to all who helped, like Dave and helped delivering, as well as the teachers, making sure that it gets in the backpacks of the students. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend.